The harvest is ready.
Yep. Y'all know what time it is again. Y'all heard the squirrel. Check it out. I want to talk about feet today. I know it's kind of crazy, but I want to talk about feet. You know, most people refuse to maintain their feet and the audacity to even have smelly feet. See where I'm going at is, if something is getting you around, if something is paving a way and making a way for you, wouldn't you take care of it? Now, some of us men work so hard to get to the places that we are going, or get to the places that we're currently in. But it is still a must to appreciate your feet. And how do you appreciate your feet? You maintain them. You keep them well. Because without your feet, what? And no, I don't want to hear that from you women that are saying, well, I get a pedicure and so I'm okay. No, you're not okay. Because if I ask you the question, why do you get a pedicure? You probably still wouldn't know. So take it like this. There's a reason why you should basically maintain your feet. And that reason even goes into the episode of why some of you don't have cars, trucks, or other things that require maintenance. And it's simply because, check it out, I'm gonna give you an example right quick. You sit down in the car and shift it in the gear and press that gas pedal, and then you go on about your business. A week pass, months pass, and you refuse to go get an oil change. But see, the car is the reason why you are able to get to and back from work. Also, your feet. But the minute you learn how to acknowledge one thing, it basically becomes a familiarity piece, whereas you just know. You get so immune to it that everything in your life you begin to appreciate when it comes to your destination. So when you're walking, basically let's talk about where back in the times in the biblical days, wow, for some reason or another, I still feel like I'm in the biblical days. Maybe I've been there and here before Christ and after Christ. But anyway, understand this. In those days, they didn't have transportation. So they had to walk from New Orleans to Georgia, and from Atlanta to Tennessee, Nashville. People had to walk. So let me tell you, if you notice in the biblical days, if you read your Bible, it would tell you when people made it to places like Jesus, people came to him and they washed his feet. Now, most people take that as a royal thing, like, you know, you have to be something royal or someone royal of a somewhat of a king in order to get that to happen for you. Well, let's look at it from a different perspective. How about the people appreciated that individual, Jesus or another, coming from one land to their land, out of all the land that they could have chosen to go? But they walked a far way just to see that individual. So normally, technically, let's get back to the modern days in the car. What would happen is a person probably give you a few dollars because you came so far on your gas or on your oil change, especially if they drove with you. So, but if you don't have the mindset to appreciate your feet and wash your feet and cherish your feet from getting you from one place to another, then evidently you're not going to do the same with your car either. So I'm just showing you how sometimes things of your life in the past time, if you can appreciate it, it will show you how to live through the current moment. Now, another example. How many of you get on your knees and still pray? Most people stand up and pray now, sit down and bow their heads. But our ancestors and everybody in those biblical days got on their knees and prayed. So what are we doing? Once again, we're not appreciating how we got here. We didn't get here just off of lollygagging. We got here off of our connection with God and praying to God. So many people don't understand it, and I'm going to show you where even in the Bible, John 13:5, God knew at that time, that very time that, Jesus knew at that very time that his last days was coming. He knew about the betrayal. So what happened was he poured water in a basin and began to set an area where he can wash his disciples' feet. But there was one that didn't understand, which was Peter. John 13:7, when he began to wash Peter's feet, what happened was Peter almost denied him of that because he felt like, you're too royal to wash my feet, I should be washing your feet. But Jesus said to him before he even made that statement that, I understand that you probably don't understand right now, but you'll understand after this part is over with. Which is basically saying the disciples had a hard walk to go. They had a hard walk that was coming their way. And Jesus knew it. So just as if he had washed their feet before the time, if he would have been here, then he would have washed their feet during the aftermath. But he knew he wasn't going to be here, so he said, let me do this in advance. And can we all agree they walk their walk? They walk their walk. So him washing their feet in advance, what did that insinuate? He knew that their walk would be perfected because what he gave them, the teachings, the lessons, and everything. So all I'm trying to say to you today is, especially the ones with smelly feet, wash your feet. Appreciate where you come from. What can we say about a person that doesn't care about the things in life that got them to the current moment? And what could we say possibly about the people that don't care about the things that are going to get them to the next destination? Don't have me cut your feet off. Appreciate your feet. You know, and some of you don't care about your feet to the fact that they may fall off. So all I'm saying is, even in the biblical days, and I do consider myself still in the biblical days. I was AC and BC. So, it's probably why I know all of these things, and that's why I can use these parables and reflect. Some of you are mad at me for that. I know you are. But you still gotta listen, and you still gonna wash your feet. My ladies continue to get pedicures, but just know the reasons why now. And men, when you got these tough jobs and you're walking, and I know it's hard because when you get in late and you're tired, you still have to look down and ask yourself, how did I get here? How did I even make it to this room that I'm about to lay down in? If you don't wash your body, still wash your feet. That's all I have for you.
People are hungry to know you.
Who taught you that? Answer me.
So
I know you didn't do it yourself.